They could grow to be 2,000 pounds, stand 6 feet tall, and be 10 feet long. You might also recognize our gaur from the Animal Planet show, The Zoo, where the gaur were a highlighted animal. And see if you can spot any of our baby gaur in that mix of our herd. That's going to be those little lighter brown animals.
Oh, you see a little Daisy right there laying down next to his mom.
I do too. Here comes the sun.
Now, as we continue on our journey, you might start hearing some noises that don't really remind you of the wilds of Asia. And that's going to be the noise of the concrete jungle, more specifically the Bronx Zoo Parkway, which is right behind us at the moment. The wall that you guys see built in front of you, this big wooden fence, was built to protect our next animal from the noisy city streets. That animal is the tiger.
Whoa. So impressive.
Now, folks, as we approach our tiger, I do need to remind everyone, we do need to keep our eyes peeled, because tigers are masters of camouflage, which means hiding in the wild. They're so good that even professional researchers have trouble spotting them.
It's over there.
I'll see him.
But I can already spot one of our amber tigers in a few moments, guys. If you guys start looking towards your right, he's going to be right by one of these small trees, and we'll all get a great look at him in a few moments. So as I said, this is one of our amber tigers. Here at the Bronx Zoo, we have both amber and Malayan tigers. The amber tiger, like this one, is the larger of the two species.
So many more.
See it, Elizabeth?
Yeah.
In the wild, the tigers love to eat species of wild hog and small to medium-sized deer. They love it so much that they can eat up to 40 pounds of meat in one sitting. After that, they won't eat for several days. That's like a human eating 160 hamburgers in one sitting, and I would not have room for dessert after that. So here's some more info on our tigers.
WCS works with many species of tigers in the wild and at the zoo. Here's a note from one of our field scientists about his experience working with rangers to protect tigers in Indonesia.
Hi, my name is Faru Alam. I'm helping the rangers of the national park in doing their forest patrol. There was a time when we found some tigers could breathe in the jungle. But then we also found that some snails are found inside the forest, which we found threats to the enemy. We dismantle the snares to make sure that the tigers are safe.
If you guys look towards the left fencing, you'll be able to spot some of our Barasinga deer. This is the back of that first enclosure that we started off our tour. And if you guys look into the distance, you'll be able to spot some of our axis deer. Barasinga in the Hindi language means 12 times, and they get this name because their antlers can grow to have 12 to 14 points. The axis deer first came to the Bronx Zoo in 1899, and they're special because they have these spots all over their body, and they keep their spots for their entire lives, unlike most deer. The next stop on our journey is going to be the bamboo forest of Sulawesi, and that's where we'll meet our babirusa. Babirusa in the Malay language means pig deer, and they get this name because the tusks on the males reminded people of the antlers on deer. So in the first enclosure, guys, we should be able to spot one of our babirusa, and we can look through the bamboo, and we're going to clear the bamboo. It's going to be look downwards, and you'll be able to spot one of our babirusa towards the right of the enclosure. In the second enclosure, it seems that one of our babirusa are hiding at the moment. They are pretty good at hiding like our tiger, and that's because their brown skin allows them to blend into the muddy surroundings that they're always around.
Go back, I didn't see it. He was right under.
Now, don't worry, guys. If you had any trouble spotting our babirusa, you won't have trouble spotting our next animal. And that's going to be the Asian elephant.
I don't see him.
Here at the Bronx Zoo, we have two Asian elephants, but we have one of them out today, and her name is Happy. Happy's over 50 years old.
Oh, you see Happy over
But
there?
don't worry, guys. As we all know, 50 is the new 30. Elephants can grow to be 10,000 pounds. And in order to support that weight, they need to be able to eat 200 pounds of hay and 60 gallons of water every single day. And if you take a look at their trunks, there's over 40,000 muscles in that trunk. That's more than the entire human body. So here's some more info on our elephants.
WCS works in the field with both African and Asian elephants. Here is a note from our field scientists who work with Asian elephants.
My name is Donny Gunaryani, and I'm the Elephant Conservation Coordinator for WCS Indonesia. The first time I saw a Sumatran elephant, I thought, this is a magnificent creature. They will be safe because they are so big. But the truth is, they have declined 50% since the 1980s. Even though rats and insects cause more damage to crops than elephants, because the elephant is so huge, psychologically, it seems more threatening. So when there is conflict, the farmers poison the elephants. In response, we created a crop protection unit to mitigate conflict and send the elephants back into the park. And it's been a huge success. Since we started in 2003, no elephants and no people have been killed.
Now, if you guys look into that muddy puddle, you'll be able to spot our next animal, which is going to be the mighty rhinoceros. That muddy puddle is actually called a mud wallow. And that's where rhinoceros love to spend a lot of their time. Because contrary to popular belief, the skin of a rhino is quite sensitive. In that muddy puddle, that mud allows them to be protected from the sun as well as from bugs. Now this is an Asian rhino. Here at the Bronx Zoo we have both Asian and African rhinos. The African rhino are at the zoo center, so if you want to check those guys out, please do. The biggest difference between the two species is that the African rhino has 2 horns, while the Asian rhino, like this one, only has 1. And here's a fun fact for any moms on the tour today. A female rhino is pregnant for 16 months at a time. So here's some more info on our rhinos.
The rhinos you see here are Indian rhinos. We work with habitats all over the world that are homes to rhinos. Here is a note from our field office in Sumatra, and Mulan, who works with Sumatran rhinos. Sumatran rhinos are the smallest of the world's rhinos, and they are considered critically endangered.
My name is Ulan Kusturi, and I'm the Species Conservation Specialist for WCS Indonesia program. We carried out an island-wide survey of the last wild population of Sumatran rhinoceros in Indonesia. With so many unknowns on how to manage Sumatran rhinos in the wild or captivity, our study showed definitively that we must protect them at source. The cost of doing nothing could be the extinction of the species, and I can't imagine that.
Now the next 2 animals on our tour are going to be a species of deer and a species of antelope. Now we'll be able to catch up with those guys very shortly. Both of these species love to hang out towards the second part of the enclosure, so we'll catch up with them in a few moments, guys. What we're going to see here is the sambar deer and our nilgai antelope. Sambar deer are the largest species of deer in all of southern Asia. They can grow to be 650 pounds, stand 5 feet tall, and have antlers that are 3 feet long. Now when we see our sambar deer, they're going to have this dark, patchy coloration to them. And that's because they're still in the process of getting their hair back. They were losing their hair getting ready for hot girl summer. So that's what makes them look a little darker in coloration compared to the other animals in this enclosure, which are going to be our nilgai antelope. Nilgai in the Hindi language means blue bull. And they get this name because the males of the species have a bluish to grayish coloration on them. Now what we're going to see here are all going to be females of the species, so they're going to have more of a yellowish brownish color. If you guys start looking towards the back right of the enclosure, you'll be able to spot both of these species. The animals along the fence line towards the left are going to be our sambar deer, and the animals a little towards the right, for example, there's one standing up, is our nilgai antelope. And you can see the differences in their color. Now the next animal on our tour can be tough to spot, and it's because they only grow to be about 40 pounds. So keep your eyes open for a little brown deer, and you should spot one of our Chinese tufted deer. So the Chinese tufted deer are not only tough to spot because they're small, but also because they're oh, actually guys, so if you guys look towards the center of the enclosure, a little towards the right, we have one working his way towards the back. That's one of our Chinese tufted deer. What I was saying was they are usually tough to spot because they're a temperate species. That means that they don't really like the heat too much. So as the days get warmer, we do see them less and less, unfortunately. But that was a fully grown Chinese tufted deer that you just saw. Next, we're going to be crossing over the beautiful Bronx River once again. And this is the highest point in elevation of our tour at 35 feet. It offers a gorgeous view of our Bronx River. After that Bronx River, we're going to be transported to a rocky terrain. This rocky terrain is the perfect home for our next two animals, the Himalayan tahr and the markhor. These are two species of wild goat, and we're going to get a good look at a few of our markhor as we come around this rocky area right by the track. And there's going to be a lot more markhor on that central rock.
Is that real?
Yeah, that's good.
I would say that the most famous characteristic of our markhor is going to be those corkscrew-shaped horns. The male's horns can grow to be 5 feet long, while the female's horns grow to be about 2 feet long. Markhor are the national animal of Pakistan. Now we're also on the lookout for another species of wild goat, and that's going to be some of our Himalayan tahr. The Himalayan tahr's horns just curve back towards their head. They don't have that corkscrew shape, but they are a little tougher to spot, and that's because there's only 3 of them in the whole enclosure. But if I do spot one, I will point them out to you guys. Both of these species of wild goat have special rubber soles on the bottom of their hooves. That's what allows them to grip onto the rocks that they love so much.
Tree up there. Some kind of monkey.
Now if you guys look, after we pass this V-shaped tree, look upwards into this small tree, and you'll spot our red panda. Look upwards in the branches, and that's going to be our red panda, Linus. Linus is 5 years old.
Aww.
In Nepal, the word for red panda is hun ho, and that translates to firefox. In China, the word for red panda translates to small bear cat. Today we know the red panda is more closely related to skunks, weasels, and raccoons, rather than the giant panda bear we all know and love.
You have to put your hand on your stomach.
Now, unfortunately, guys, as we come around this final bend, our tour is going to be coming to an end.
What?
But I do have some great news for you guys. Just by joining us today here at the Bronx Zoo, you guys are helping save wildlife all over the world. The WCS is present in 60 countries, in over 300 locations, and every single day they're working extremely hard to help save wildlife. If you guys want to do more to help save wildlife, I urge you guys to consider becoming a member of the WCS. As a member, you guys can enjoy perks like getting discounted tickets, learning about events before non-members, and even getting a free t-shirt every year, which is always fun. Now folks, we are coming to a complete stop for a few seconds, but please remain seated as this is not our final destination. We'll be real quick, guys. This summer, the books of Eric Carle will come to life at the Bronx Zoo, July 5th through August 29th. Bring your friends and family on an imaginary journey through these classics of children's literature. Performances, music, dancing, activities, and puppet shows will each take place throughout the Bronx Zoo, each one featuring a different story and leading you through fun, safe, leisurely explorations of the very hungry caterpillar, brown bear, What'd You See, the very busy spider, and the artist who painted a blue horse. So that seems like something that's going to be loads of fun here, guys, at the beautiful Bronx Zoo, July 5th through August 29th. So do come back and visit us for that. I want to remind everyone to please remain seated until we do come to a complete stop in a few moments. And please collect any and all of your belongings. Also, guys, please watch your step as you exit the vehicle. And if you're sitting in the front row, there is a step up, and if you're sitting in the back row, there is a step down. So please watch your step. I want to thank you guys so much for joining us at the Wild Age of Monorail, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day here at the world-famous Bronx Zoo. Have a great day, guys.